The Mindset series continues. Let's talk about the voice of fear. Hey there, I'm Mark Scott. Thanks for checking out another voiceover tip. As always, you do not want to miss one of these tips, particularly right now while I'm in the middle of the Mindset series. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so you always get notified when a new tip gets posted. And as an added bonus, when you like and subscribe, you're also always going to get notified about Free Advice Friday. That's when I go live on YouTube Friday afternoons and answer your voiceover questions absolutely free. So right now I'm working on something that I like to call the VO Mindset series. And the reason for this is simple. There are a lot of aspects to growing a successful voiceover business. Obviously, you have to do the right training. You've got to have great coaching. You've got to have great demos. You've got to have a great studio. All of these things are important. But one thing that often gets overlooked is the importance of the right mindset. If your mindset is not in the right place, having all of those other things in place may not be enough to get you the success that you seek. And so that is why I'm doing the VO Mindset series, because I identified a number of years ago how important mindset, attitude, and the power of our narratives is when it comes to succeeding or failing in voiceover. So I hope that these videos are an encouragement to you. This week I want to talk to you about the voice of fear versus the voice of reason. Now, I do a lot of coaching with voice actors. It's really a big part of my week. It's not uncommon for me to talk to anywhere from 4 to 8 voice actors on a given day in coaching sessions. And one thing comes up over and over and over again, and that is fear-based narratives. And lots of times, they don't even recognize that there are fear-based narratives there, but that's what they are. So let me give you one example that I've heard a lot. I tell voice actors how to market, right? That's what I do. I teach you how to market. I teach you strategies for email marketing, for social media marketing, getting out there on LinkedIn or Instagram, working hard to get more leads into your pipeline so that you can create more voiceover opportunities for yourself. And so you know how to do it because I teach you how to do it. I tell you everything that you need to know, but you still don't do it. And why? Well, what happens if I get so much work that I can't handle it? So I'm not quite ready yet. So I need to get a few more pieces of the puzzle into place before I'm ready to start marketing. Now, maybe coming from me and hearing it in this video, it sounds a little bit crazy, but this is something that comes up all the time. Voice actors who maybe haven't even booked one job yet, or maybe have just booked a handful of jobs, who are afraid to market themselves because if they get too much work, then they won't be able to handle it, and they don't want to disappoint their clients, and they don't want to make a bad impression. And so the solution to that is to just do nothing, to try to come up with a few more things that you think you need to have in place in order to be ready to do the voiceover work. That is the voice of fear speaking over the voice of reason. I have been doing this full-time for 10 years, and not once in my 10-year career have I been too busy to do the work. Not once have I had so much voiceover work pile in that there was no way humanly possible that I was ever going to accomplish that work. And even if I found myself in that situation, that's a pretty good place to be, and I would find a way to get myself out of that situation. But it's never happened. But yet, several times a week, at minimum, I have this conversation with voice actors who are afraid that they might be too successful and they're not ready for it yet. And so they stop, they hold off, they don't do anything. That is the voice of fear speaking over the voice of reason. There are things in this business that we are all worried about. We want to make sure that we're delivering the best for our clients. We want to make sure that our audio always sounds great. We want to make sure that we're submitting the best auditions possible to our agents. We want to make sure that we're doing and saying the right things on social media. There's so many things that we're trying to get right. But if you are allowing a fear of getting it wrong to keep you from doing anything at all, then that is the voice of fear speaking over the voice of reason, and that is going to hold you back in your business. So let me ask you a question. Are you using Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok right now? And if not, you know you should be. So really, why aren't you using social media? What's the real reason, if you're being honest with yourself? Is it truly because you don't have enough content or any content ideas? Or is it because you're afraid that you don't know what to post, or you're going to post the right thing, or you're not going to look right, or somebody's going to say something negative? And so really what is going on is there is a voice of fear that is keeping you from doing that thing. Have you signed up for a casting site, but you're not submitting as many auditions as you should be submitting? Because why? Because you're afraid that your auditions aren't good enough? Because you're not 100% confident in the quality of your sound? Because you just don't know if you're quite ready yet and maybe you need a little bit more coaching? What's speaking in that situation? Is it the voice of fear, or is it the voice of reason? The voice of reason would say, get somebody to listen to your sound. Send a studio sample to Uncle Roy. Get somebody to listen to your auditions. Book a session with a coach. The voice of fear would say, I'm not ready yet. I probably shouldn't be submitting yet. I know I paid for this site, but I don't want to mess up my opportunity. I don't want to find myself getting down in the rankings in Voice 123. So for now, I'm just not going to do anything. What about marketing? You know you should be sending those emails. Have you been watching my videos? I've been posting them on here for years. Have you been listening to my podcast? I don't know, 160 episodes into the podcast. What am I always talking about? The importance of marketing, the importance of filling the pipeline, the importance of getting more leads into your CRM so that you can create more voiceover opportunities for yourself, that you should be sending at minimum 10 emails a day. And if you're really trying to grow your business, you should probably send 20 emails a day. You know all this stuff. We've had these conversations. We've talked about it. So the question is, are you doing it? And if not, why? Well, I don't know what to write in my email. I don't know how to find a lead. It takes way too long to do email marketing. There's no way that I could ever send 10 or 20 emails in a day. What if I put the wrong thing in the subject line? What if they trigger me as spam? All of these things, all of these excuses, which are common excuses that I hear from voice actors all the time. Voice of fear over the voice of reason. If there are things in your voiceover business that you know you need to be doing, you know you need to market, you know you need to be taking advantage of social media, you know you need to be submitting auditions. If there are things in your business that you know that you need to be doing, but you're not actually doing them, let me encourage you to take some time to reflect on why you're really not doing them. Is it in fact a legitimate reason, or is it just an excuse that you've come up with? An excuse that's being spoken by the voice of fear. Do not give the voice of fear the authority position in your business. Do not let the voice of fear speak louder than the voice of reason.